One bloke who's really weathered more attacks than most in politics is the former opposition leader, Peter Dutton. Here he is strolling through Canberra's airport today. Obviously a sad and forlorn figure, but he did it with dignity. Obviously he's got to go back to Canberra to unpack his office and clear up a few things. That's pretty much all he's got to do. And he didn't want to buy into any debates. Joe, obviously just dignified silence is what he's after at the moment.
Yeah, I think obviously his concession speech was incredibly gracious. I really feel for Peter Dutton. I think he's a decent bloke. I don't think that he is the monster or the bully that sections of the media and politics have tried to make him out to be. I think he was led on a merry dance by some people who kept telling him to go harder and, you know, be stronger and harder and more conservative on this, and we now know from all the research and the post-mortem will show it again that these positions actually really hurt him with the electorate. So yeah, it's all over for Peter Dutton. If anything, though, I think it is more merciful that he doesn't have to sit around for another 3 years. Having it all combed over, so I wish him all the best. Yeah,
they've got to try and make use of him somehow, unofficially in the party, but off he goes and does something else. I think just as much as being encouraged to sort of toughen up on a few issues, when you read about the advice he was getting too, understandably, you've got to freshen up, you've got to be personable, you've got to be lighter. You know, it's impossible. You know, you have to be. You have to be plausible. You have to be authentic.
Be likeable now.
The very word. That's what I say all the time. So the poor guy was being told, we've got to soften your image. We've got to soften your image. Then you had parts of the base being like, no, you need to go harder. You need to be more Trumpian. You make so many mistakes when you just stop being yourself. There has to be a level of, you know what, I'm throwing everything out the door, all the bits and pieces of advice, and I'm simply going to be authentic. That way people won't be watching me and thinking, this guy's not legit. He was trying to be two things to too many people. And you know what they say, once you try to have a message for everyone, you end up having a message for no one.
Now, I want to leave Australian politics. We'll keep on this for days and weeks to come, no doubt. But I want to duck to the US and I want to show you a little video that's been put out by the former Prime Minister, now, of course, our ambassador to Washington, Kevin Rudd. And this video goes for a while. I'll just show you a clip of it, but it's quite incredible. It's well produced. It's probably smart from Australia's point of view, but it's basically Kevin Rudd telling America, i.e. Donald Trump, don't worry, we're all in on America, mate. We're doing all we can to help you. Have a look.
So whether it's Australian companies creating jobs and innovation, Australian capital supercharging US businesses, or our steadfast commitment to a safe and secure Indo-Pacific, we in Australia are investing big in America. And we're just beginning.
Yeah, how about it? Australian investment creating American jobs.
So basically, dear Donald Trump, we'll do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Love Australia. But look, it is absolutely true. I mean, I know you were talking before about this sort of, you know, new sort of axis of authoritarian regimes that is absolutely genuinely terrifying. I don't want to fearmonger, but it is genuinely scary. And unless we have America as a counterweight to that, the United States as the leader of the free world and acting in concert with its fellow allies, then we could be in a whole lot of trouble. So we need to make sure we stay on board with America. Trump's pretty crazy, but, you know, he's better than the other lot, so we better stay sweet.
Just quickly, before I get a word from you, Liz, to wrap up, I'll show you that cryogenics does work because Joe Biden's given his first interview. Have a look at what he's got to say.
The way we talk about now that, well, it's just the Gulf of America. Maybe we're going to have to take back Panama. Maybe we need to acquire Greenland. Maybe Canada should be a fit. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, well, Biden's having trouble working it out.
Well, Trump it still doesn't pass up the opportunity every time he gets it to be like, look at everything I've done. Biden couldn't even walk up a flight of stairs. Look what I've done within 100 days. So it's still going two ways, this dogfight.
Kevin Rudd's just released a video saying he supports America buying Greenland. By the way.
Exactly.
So that's all sweet.
Kevin Rudd's got a MAGA hat on, apparently.